Hello, companions. My name is Darren Lanners. I am currently serving the Grand Royal Arch chapter as its Grand Order and as the chairman of its Committee on Masonic Education. I had asked the companions some time ago to record videos in which that they would explain what their own personal Royal Arch keystone was. Since no arch can exist without a keystone, what is that thing without which they believed Royal Arch Freemasonry could not exist? I think you'll find some of the answers pretty fascinating. My own particular answer is probably somewhat of a cop-out, but it, to me personally, has dual meaning. There's the exoteric and the esoteric. The thing without which I believe Royal Arch Freemasonry, or honestly Ancient Craft Freemasonry, could not exist without would be King Solomon's Temple. We see the allegories of our degrees in the Ancient Craft lodges as well as in the Royal Arch chapters are all based around allegorical tales of what potentially occurred during the building of this magnificent structure. However, we also have to examine what is happening to us during these degrees. And that is the esoteric that I was referring to, because the lessons that you are learning and the working tools that you are given to apply in your daily life are fundamental to creating that edifice, that house made without hands, that will exist after our corporeal beings have gone from this place. So what we are essentially building is our soul, our chi, our life force, whatever you want to call it. And we are undergoing that alchemical transformation, as it is put in the Entered Apprentice degree, where we are taught regarding the perfect and rough ashlar. None of us is a perfect ashlar, regardless of what you may believe or not. We are all rough ashlars, and we are all undergoing transformative processes through Freemasonry to become perfect ones. That perfection will never come, and we have to be understanding of that. I hope that you found this answer enlightening, and I hope that you will be able to use these videos as a springboard for your own discussions in your individual chapters. Thank you, companions, for your time, and hopefully I will see some of you very soon.
The glue of Royal Arch Masonry. For this month's education piece, the Education Committee was tasked with creating a 3-minute video on what we believe to be our personal Royal Arch keystone. With that in mind, we were to answer the following question. What is the thing without which you believe the Royal Arch Freemason could not exist? In contemplating this, I felt the need to first rephrase the question. My interpretation of the question is as my title suggests. What is the glue behind Royal Arch Freemasonry? That which, without Royal Arch Masonry, could not exist. When considering what the glue of Royal Arch Masonry may be, I felt at first stumped. Although I somewhat knew the answer to what I would give, I felt it might be a little too cliche. So I asked several companions their thoughts. One companion said perseverance, and I started to contemplate. I thought, yes, that may be it. For if it were not for the perseverance to continue ever deeper into the 9 arches, they may have never discovered such treasures leading up to the lost word. Perseverance being the main theme in the degree seemed to fit. They had to persevere in time and time again, whether it be in Babylon, on the journey back to Jerusalem. Even in the scripture readings, they allude to perseverance. While considering perseverance as being the glue of Royal Arch Freemasonry, I had an epiphany bringing back my original thought. The glue of Royal Arch Freemasonry is companionship. Without your companions, you could not reach your end goal, and in this case, the 9th arch, and retrieve the word. Additionally, exoterically, the word cannot be even given absent your companions. Esoterically, in my opinion, your companions allude to the companionship of the mind, the body, and the spirit, working in unison to create equilibrium. Alignment of the mind, body, and spirit permits you to understand, communicate, and thus receive the word. There again, you need your companions, the glue of Royal Arch Masonry.
Hi, my name is Robert Johnson. I am a member of Waukegan chapter of the Royal Arch Masons, chapter number 41 here in the great state of Illinois, under the Grand Royal Arch chapter of the state of Illinois. Recently, our question that our education chair, Brother Darren A. Laners, had posed to us was, what is the keystone in our life? What does the keystone represent to us? And for me, I feel like the keystone is exactly what the ritual states in this particular book. I think summed it up best. It's an old ritual and monitor from the Grand Royal Arch, and I'll just read it to you. It says, "You've now completed the temple of this present life through the use of the working tools of ancient craft Freemasonry." So we're talking about the plumb, square, level, the trowel, the 24-inch gauge, and the common gavel. It goes on to say, by this you may be reminded that you can successfully complete the temple of my spiritual life. That temple which you have been erecting within yourself only by the exercise of those virtues of which your working tools are symbolic. And so the keystone represents this final thing that can just fit right on top of the archway, completing my spiritual life. And that can only be accomplished through a return and a constant reminder of those original working tools. Thanks for watching.
Greetings, companions. Adam Miranda here, excellent High Priest of West Suburban Chapter number 207, and I currently serve under two committees for the Grand Chapter, that of Education and Membership. We were asked, what is that one thing that Royal Arch Masonry could not exist without? That answer to me is brotherly love. Yeah, I know, what a surprise coming from me, because I'm always talking about brotherly love, but it's true nonetheless. The first 3 degrees teach us that brotherly love is a tenet in our institution. It creates harmony, and it creates that tie stronger than human hands can impose. See, we promised each other on that altar that we would change for each other and for God, that we would love one another and we would have each other's back. In Royal Arch Masonry, I think it takes it a step further. The example of that is we call each other companions. We spend more nights together on purpose, and we continue to further Masonic light in our journey together. We became closer, spending more nights together, spending more time with each other's family, grand communications, and etc. To call each other companion, to me, is even a higher regard than that of brother, but I still take brother very seriously. We are a family, and brotherly love, let alone just love in general, is what makes family. We may disagree, we may argue, we may have our little pride and ego, but brotherly love is that light that sheds through the darkness of ignorance and creates on the behalf of God, because we are his vessel of light. So continue to spread light and brotherly love. I say that with love, companions. Take care, travel light.